When the weekend finally arrives in the US, people head out. A lot of them end up right here, catching a movie with friends. Or maybe they're spending Saturday at a modern art festival, or grabbing seats at a local sports game. But before any of those plans happen, someone has to make the ask. To make an invitation, you need two basic formulas. For a casual invite, ask, "Do you want to?" If you want to be a bit more polite, switch it to, "Would you like to?" Connect your activity, like see a movie, and your invitation is set. When someone asks you, the easiest answer is a confident yes. You just lock in the phrase, "Yes, I'd love to." That little "I'd" carries a lot of weight. It's a contraction for "I would." Make sure you put a soft "d" sound at the end, so it doesn't sound like "I love to." It's "I'd love to." With these simple, interlocking phrases in your pocket, you can confidently set up weekend plans anywhere. Of course, you can't say yes to everything. But in English, replying with a flat no sounds abrupt. It can even come across as rude. To decline gracefully, we use a three-part formula. Start by showing you appreciate the offer with, "I'd like to." Then add a pivot. Finally, give your excuse, "I have to study." The word "but" is the critical piece here. It softens the rejection, signaling to your friend that you really do want to hang out. Your schedule is just full. You also need to know how these sound in the real world. When native speakers say these phrases at conversational speed, the words blend together. "Want to" becomes a smooth "wanna." And when you're giving your excuse, "have to" drops its hard edges and turns into "hafta." I have to study. Pairing that "but" pivot with these smooth blended sounds takes your spoken English from sounding robotic to completely natural. Now, standard excuses fit perfectly into this structure. I have to do laundry, or I have to work late. But practicing English gets much more engaging when you add a little personality. Imagine someone invites you to see a hip-hop show this Saturday. Instead of saying you need to do homework, try practicing with something completely unexpected. "I'd like to, but I have to wash my cat." Or, "I'd love to, but I have to work at a haunted house." Let's put this to the test. I want you to pause the video, say your answer out loud, and fill in the blank with the wildest excuse you can think of. Ready? Do you want to go to an amusement park this weekend? How did you do? Maybe you said, "I'd love to, but I have to negotiate peace between my dogs." Or, "I have to bake 4 dozen cupcakes." When you attach humor and creativity to a new sentence structure, your brain is much more likely to remember it the next time you need it in a real conversation. Let's run a quick rapid-fire drill to finish up. Respond out loud right now. Would you like to go to a basketball game tonight? Answer with a confident yes. Great. Now try this one. Do you want to watch the Super Bowl with us? Reject it politely and use one of those creative excuses. Here is everything we covered today, built into a simple 3-step formula. Your casual and polite asks, your confident acceptance, and your polite decline. Grab a screenshot right now. Keep it on your phone to review before making plans. You now have the vocabulary, the pronunciation, and the cultural timing to handle any social invitation that comes your way. Have a great weekend.